Hey, how's it going? Either YouTube and or Twitch. Welcome to stream. Just making sure all my shit is all correct. I could probably do a bit a little lower. So, hello, welcome. 6.1 is here. So let us go. We're just going to get right on with the main story because that's now too high. Because I want to get on with it. Please keep spoilers out of the chat, obviously. If you're watching this on YouTube at a later point, you can speak about spoilers at that point, because I will already know about them, so feel free to do that. Yeah, let's just get right in. I have no idea what to expect, barring the fact that I've seen the trailer. Story-wise, I'm definitely curious as to where they're going. I'm sorry, my equipment is designed to all fall out at the exact same time. So there's that. Obviously, if you hear any problems, please let me know in audio and stuff like that. I've got my chat hidden because I don't want people ruining it. I will be doing the dungeon whenever that appears with Trust, so forward to that. I did edit my character adventure plate before we got started. I figured that's something I could get done. Let's speak to Tataru then. I will be reading obviously out stuff. Shulk, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? I've got my sound really fucking loud. Take a seat then, and I will find us something to nibble on as well. I'm hoping that there's more of a voiced cutscenes in this patch than there was in the main story. It's one of my biggest problems with Endwalker is it just felt like there was not enough voice acting. Hey, thanks for the Prime sub, Slandy. And hello, welcome. This, I want to talk to you later, Sandy, about streaming stuff to do with the Final Fantasy, and secondly, get the VOD of this when it's done.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
I changed Shulk's hair back to original Shulk hair.
I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Obviously, I'll try not to talk too much over cutscenes. That is just my general rule, if you don't like that. Grand new adventure, of course.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you. You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
What do you think to Shulk's glam, by the way, Sandy?
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
That sounds good to me. That's a great idea, but where to start?
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind.
What is that face?
Favner. That's where you should go next.
I've already been to Favner. What are you on about?
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzatan the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you.
I'm dying, sorry.
Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Let's fucking go.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the bounty?
Good old Emmett.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
I was going to say something, I forgot. Oh, right, yeah. Once we get the story done, if we've still got time, I'm going to try do some other stuff on stream, try out the new PvP.
That's an adventurer ready to
stuff
take
like
on
that.
the world.
Maybe the Alliance raid.
In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
I got my adventuring clothes, thank you very much. But I will take the new set.
Longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Do it! Do it! Make sure it has pockets.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
That sounds like she's about to be in like a horror fucking Tales Grim story.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Yeah, look at how excited Shulk is just sat there.
I run with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Shulk's got to sleep.
I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
She's not wrong. But I already got my travelling clothes. Shulk's still off to sleep.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Brilliant. Slendy, why is Shulk off to sleep? Why are you boring her? Oh. Ooh. Xenos? Maybe Xenos?
And thus I am returned.
It looks a little like Xenos' Reaper form. Well, that is sus as fuck. Interesting. We best find out something about that this patch, or I'm going to be really fucking pissed.
Ah, you're awake.
Big old stretch.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
I love how you can hear it echoing throughout the... I like this song.
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Yes, let us go. Fucking hell, I forgot how loud that was. Is the sound coming through alright on the Twitch side, Sandy? That is good, yeah. Yeah, baby! Dangerous creatures perverted. Oh, obviously for the stream sake of things, I have cleared Ultimate since last streaming, as you can see. Observe as the artist refines her piece into a masterpiece. I only need a moment, you'll see. Thank you, Sandy. A little more room in the shoulders, open the cuffs. I missed what she was saying. Fuck me. Fuck me. Hold on, let's see how it looks on the mannequin. I think it looks a little short for Shulk. What do you think? Does it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? I think it screams far too short. Everybody clap. I'm so glad you approve. You've outdone yourself, Tataru. Thank you. I'll stop you. If you really want to thank me though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. Hehe. Well, look at you, a famous hero wonder wherever did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Tataru Taru's boutique. Good job, Sandy. I can hear it now, the merry clink clink of gill overflowing from my coffers, sweet music to my ears. Huh, you even get an earring and necklace involved in it. That is interesting. Oh, speaking of Final Fantasy, whilst we're on here, I actually intend to start streaming Final Fantasy on Tuesdays. Ahem. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you'll remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past details might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded the unended codex. All my lore in one place. The unending codex is now available in collection of a duty selection under menu. New entries for the prominent will be added to you as you progress through main story quests. I feel like that should be added a lot earlier in the game. Right, well, we're gonna have to quickly don't think I need the gloves, but we can at least do the rest of this. And then I don't think I care about the earrings either. Let me try them on first, because I have a specific style for Shulk with earrings. Yeah, no, I don't like that. But that looks good, eh? What do you think? Adventurer Shulk? Let's fucking go. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. This music is loud. Do not expect juicy rumours to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best place to pick on information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Favna, I suggest you explore your options in Meridine's Mayhain, the finest drinking establishment in Razat-Han. Charm the employees, and they will not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now I really must get back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Shulk, and may a fair fortune find you. I like this top, I really do. Da ba 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 da ba. There is something I want to do in Razat-Han or something. I want to nip to the vendor and see if the extreme mounts are available for purchase yet, because I have 99 Zodiac totems and I'd like to go grab that mount if I can. Sandy, how was your day? Speak to me whilst I travel the world of travellings. And my piece of shit fucking stuff continues to be like piece of shit stuff. Right, first things first. Dun 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 dun. That's a point. Quickly before we do that. Right. Vibrant Voices, I think, is the one I want. Dun 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 dun. Trials. Both themes. Nice, nice, nice. Anything on here? Oh, new PvP stuff. Oh, I need to do a few more things before that, but that's nice to see. Dun 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 dun. Right, so there's still no mount, unless it's cast as this. Resplendent Feather? That's a new mount. Oh, let's have a quick gander at the weapons before I forget. Nice. Meh. Oh, this looks like it could be interesting. I don't hate that, but I'm not a huge fan. Meh. What the fuck is that? Ba 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 da ba. Plenty to work on at least, I know. I apologize for taking my time. I obviously just want to experience the game. I'm not really looking at these and seeing out I particularly like these, maybe. Yeah, they're alright, I suppose, but eh. Right, where am I going now? Dundle. So one of the things I was thinking of doing with these new Final Fantasy Tuesdays that I'm thinking of doing is finally getting the side quests of Endwalker done. Because I need everything done. Everything. Hey look, it's one of my FC members. Welcome to Merid's Mayhain. Oh, hello, I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of a sunken treasure boat? We have one regular historian, in fact, who could tell you all about it. Show me to this historian. Ah, there he is, Professor Jalheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhain's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Mary's found out I took a coin from Favner's saviour, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Yes. Fun event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder thingies. I'm fine, mate. Boop, 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 boop. Just need to get a bunch of people in a line and just go. To this song. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? boom. Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Just want one of those big bang, 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 bang. You know, the big fucking, like a violin, but cello, is it? Here we are, one of Meridian's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely, bottoms up. Just reminds me of the Aristocrats, I think it is. Jolene empties the cup in a single pull. Sorry that I'm dying on the stream. That's very kind of you, miss, but I know where I'm being softened up. What is it you want from me? Oh, chasing down that odd tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you have heard of Al-Zadal? He was Khan of the Ori tribe which sailed to Fatnair from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Razat-Han. His decision to aid the Arcasadora is ultimately what won them the war against the Gajrasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Azadal III, who is known for his deeds as satrap in Razat-Han's earlier days. Some attest that this man travelled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches, others that he broke an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is this tale of the sunken vault, the one that you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Azadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razat-Han, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Milel, another round for the professor. Ah, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the professor. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit the Mayhain. Jolene gulps down his newest drink with gusto. Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only serve to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama is a fellow connoisseur of spirituous petables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Has it been seen since he set sail, I hear? But he did have... no, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I am no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Wow, that list is long. The very edge of existence. From anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it, but I recognise you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Mihilel, more of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. How's my lighting, by the way, Sandy? Jolene drains yet another cup dry. I don't think he's going to function after that. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azama's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? But I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Milel, more drinks. Signal for water instead. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I am parched. Jalene gulps down the cup of water. Pfft, that was water. Did you tell her to bring me water? Still, it's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My head will certainly thank you in the morning. Oh, I seem to have overindulged. I am into the words of Master Jalzan. Be wary how much of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me, I will subject you to no more of these unseemly antics. If you wish to speak with Azuma, well, as I said, we share a taste for the Mayhane's fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You appear to have learned all that Jalene has to share regarding the undeceived vault. To find out more, you will need to locate a man by the name of Azuma. How's my drunk voice, Slandy? Is it satisfying? Well, I'm just going to assume it's over here, because there's a ton of people here. Yes, I am Azuma, and who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Azadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it was only common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Azadalfurd's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavour. So I'll tell you what my friend told me, how we convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for his exorbitant price. What with the meagre wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the Bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Azadal's treasure, I suggest that you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. His drunk noob. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Ba-da-ba-dum. Music is so good.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Nay, I say.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
No.
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Azadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
Can't wait till he tries to be a shared Shulk.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the Bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches. I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away.
Here's a point.
Be glad I am no such king boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
When's Shao gonna come put him in his place?
Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
Ah, he's part of the act. Hello, Estinian. Oh, okay, Sandy. I guess I'll see you when you're back.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
Estinian's gonna be so done with that shit.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Estinian's ever bad with money.
Well met, my friend.
Hey, beautiful. This is Shauk's husband. I love Xenos personally, like he's my husband, but Estinian is Shauk's husband. They two are so cute together.
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
I love how he just knows that he's probably been scammed. I never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the
Good old Estinian knowing what's going on.
I suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add
Just
weight
me
to
myself,
the
I need
merchant's
to
bold
spray
claims.
deodorant.
Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough.
There we go. So about that.
Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Oh, fuck off, Stream Elements.
You are coming along, yes?
Don't you? Naturally. But I'd like to go see the PvP renders at some point as well. There's a lot I want to do, so I'll try fit in what I can do during.
Let's see about securing a vessel.
So if I need to teleport at any point, I'll teleport to the. I want to nip to God's Saucer, then I'll nip to Wolves Den, then we'll get back onto story. I'm just in. I want to see everything. You will recall I spoke of visiting Fabner at Vritra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of heinous delights to refuse. He wished me to train the Radiant Host in lance work, but that is a tale for another time. Now that we need is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsuo is a fisherman by trade, yes. We should head to the Aki Island and see if he can help us. Right, Gold Saucer first, because there is a mount that should be on there, and I want to see how much it's going to cost me to grab it. I probably won't be able to grab it, but I want to see how much I need to grab it. That's what's important. And then we'll up to the Gold, not the Gold Saucer, the Wolves Den, and then we will get on with things. Right, so is this the Garrow vendor back? Fucking hell. Prize exchange free. Yeah, that's the Garrow stuff again. Can you actually dye those stuff from here? No, you can't. I didn't think you could. Oh, yeah, that's a point. There should be a new gunblade or something, right? Right, there's Reaper. Ah, there we go. Ah, so just recycled sets for them, I see. That won't go down well. You. Fucking hell. Indoor climbing frame. Part of me wants that, honestly. Gateway to Paradise? Well, I'll have to find out what that is at some point. Pod. Ow! Slash draw, slash sheath. Oh, 3,000. Come on. 300,000 to say. God damn it. I like the layout of this though, this is all nice. Like, we may as well do this whilst we're here, because I want to see, obviously, if I can get more points. Right, we'll try that. Failure. Few weeks then, and then I'll have that. Try that one. Failure again. And then... Nah, man. Right, now we're going to go to Wolvesden quick. Because I want to see if there's any new wares around there. A lot of strings in that, I've just noticed. Right. So there's going to be a new quest around here, that's for sure. Yeah, there. As much as I want to initiate that right now, I want to go to check the vendors first. Trophy Crystal Exchange. Holy shit. Oh! There is already sets there. Oh, is it just reskins? That's kind of lame. I mean, it's nice that you can get the low-level variant, low-level version of it, and the models do look a little improved, but that's a little lame. I'm a little disappointed in that, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's kind of lame. What are these? Some collars, I suppose, are pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. That is cool, though. You can get stuff for the, there's a mount. No, that's a minion. You can buy wolf collars. Okay, that's kind of cool. Wall mounted, that's interesting. Yeah, I like the frame stuff. That is actually kind of nice. Well, shit. Wolf gear. Pack gear. Genyo gear. What's 12 gear? Ah. A lot of random stuff there, but I don't hate the new setup. I'm a little confused by it, but wolf collar exchange. And then that's still all just that. Wolf marks. Huh. Interesting. That's that, so now we'll get on with the what we was meant to be doing. Now that I've learned a little... No, I didn't want to go to Osbathia's spine. I wanted to go to Ilsabard. Sorry about that, stream. Oh, I should try to sit up more straight. Hurting my shoulders the way I'm sat. Take a little sip of drink. Oh God. The Greeks. Over the... My shit is lagging. Jesus Christ. Is that... Oh, holy fuck. Right, so... Can I, Ah, basic. Right, background. We can change all this. Tank, gradient, maybe... warrior. I might go for warrior, simple. Yeah, let's go for warrior. Frame, fade to white, solid white, metallic silver, I like that one. Journal, beveled, no. Antique, no. So yeah, we'll go with metallic silver. Tank emblem. Paw prints. I don't mind the paw prints. Exclamation mark, question mark, companions buttons. Right, that'll do for now then. So we'll do that. And then character pose. Right, interesting. Right, so okay, what else do we have? Converse, flex, doubt. No, we don't want Shulk Bean to we'll go with that. That's quite funny. She's already smiling, so we don't need that. Oh, I don't like that. Face camera. That's a bit better. What's this do? Right. So that's moving it in. That's rotating it a bit. I like that. That's pretty funny. So now if I display my adventurer plate, apply to use as instant portrait. And then, hey, look at that, that's great, nice. Awesome. I like that, that's a cool system. Simple but nice. God, I got wrinkles out, I smiled. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So, you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favour. Wait here and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beasts? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Favner? You are, I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have, well, we'd be... I just fucking popped my knee and it fucking hurt. Enough, I knew your game and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out. Fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you, but there is more you need to know. The amount you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. When the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruin holds danger, but I assure you, between two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We might need a hand in moving the treasure. Assuming we find any, still, it may prove wise to bring some companions along all the same. Any ideas on whom to approach? The signs have been scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Well, I'm tank, so I don't need fang cred. Graha can fill multiple roles. Let's go with that. Graha and Kryl. Aye, Kryl may have a hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes, if that man is as strong as you, is he though? Strong, I mean. What is your name, boy? Merad, sir. No, Merad. Your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with 2 grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Astinian. We're off to see the Graha, the wonderful Graha of Charlayan. Where is my quest? Astinian, give me the quest. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. I'll appreciate the invitation, not much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let's be off too, Murad. Do me a favour and don't stray from the path. Can I get in a fight? Like, I know why it's taking a slow burn, but I hit something. Is that so much of a crime? We got all these changes to other jobs. Warrior's overpower now actually does AoE damage around it instead of in the cone, and I love that change. Oh, finally. We've needed that change since forever, and it means I don't have to target something to use it, which is even better. Oh. I do want to try the PvP out at some point. I'm really looking forward to that. But story comes first. Story always comes first. I've been streaming earlier now, that's pretty impressive. It didn't feel like that long. Oh. Boom! I know I can use the fucking thingy travel, but I always forget it exists, and so do this anyway. Boom! And then that leads into... Wah! I like her armor. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back, Shulk. What might the students do for you? Graha, yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kryl. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Yes, I shall do that. Yes. How is it not eternal wind?
My good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
God, it's like, whoopsie.
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
What are the two of you working on?
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Vow.
Yeah, boy!
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
Yeah, that's totally why I came.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition?
Yep.
Oh, I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance. Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
When is Cryo gonna get a new outfit?
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
He totally wants to leave her short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Just so excited.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Oh, I knew I was gonna have to.
Then might I suggest we invite Yoshida? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to reverse the rift.
Why Yoshida? I was trying not to go to her.
However, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Newman.
Sounds like a Digimon.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe Yoshida would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
I should have known with the travel in the rift, the travel in the otherworldly fucking treasures bollocks.
Splendid. Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
If I could avoid any two Scions, it's for two Scions they're telling me to go grab.
With your own eyes.
Oh.
If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with Yoshida.
Literally everyone but those two would have been nice. Can we just get some new Scions, please? Keep Estinian, keep Graha.
But don't forget,
twins that we can have as friends,
like
but not
your help
Scions.
with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
I'd like to get off to the dungeon, but... Can I get to the dungeon, please? Pretty music. It would help if people weren't all here because that's lagging out my fucking PlayStation. What is that outfit? Hey, I like that dye. That's actually a nice colour. What's the point? What can I do? Oh, I can't even preview the dye. Ah, you can dye it. Nice. But it's pretty much the colour I would have gone with anyway. Oh, da 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 da. Dun dun da 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 da. Share of your life, far greater than memory. Is this voiced, or am I gonna have to voice lines for someone I couldn't care about? Oh.
I've never known Yoshida to doze off in the middle of research before.
Good voices. Not like we're in a rush or anything, guys. Do you think it's not the end of the world or something?
Close my eyes for one moment.
Good.
How long have you two been here?
Catch it with some light reading.
Something to that effect. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Yeah, we can't take on the mission, she's too exhausted.
You know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wished to ask of me?
I am paying attention, but I need to quickly move and sort something in my room real fast.
Al-Zadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family.
But I didn't miss much.
But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished.
God damn it. Go having another drink.
An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
First.
Akyali by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in
Welcome back, Sandy.
Then by all means, let us recruit him and be on our way.
Where to now? I just hydrated, Sonny. But cheers. God damn it, Sandy, you did that just to wound me. Wow, freaks! Over deep, dangerous creatures, perverted and evil. We will be doing with the Dungeon with Trust, by the way, just as a note. Please be more voice acting.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am
it's
told
never
a new
simple with us.
expedition is in the offing.
Wasn't Franklin with you?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperids have been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperids now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure.
There's a reference to the fact that the maps of the Loperids place.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon? So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world.
Okay, that's funny.
Powerless to refuse them my
I like that little reference.
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity.
That's funny.
I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
I wonder, does this help my lighting or make it worse? Holy fuck, that blinds me. Is that better lighting, Sandy?
How long has it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Can't tell if it's better or worse.
Scion's accomplishments. 'Tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from...
Okay, Sandy. Well, I'll keep it like this then so I don't blind myself.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths
With the rabbits. You're looking well. Frankly, I'll say you're looking well too.
That's because we didn't travel by experimental etherite. It's astounding what a lack of nausea does for one's sense of well-being. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seen fit to gather?
Because I want to do a dungeon!
Beneath the waters of the bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the
I need to stretch out my legs.
Of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Yeah. Sorry, Vanquid. I'd trade you for the others if I could, but you're a tank.
I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
Oh yes, Sandy, I don't know if you saw, but I changed my adventure plate up whilst you were gone and put a profile pic on it. Do you want to see it?
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
I shall show you it as soon as I'm out of cutscene then. Adventure plate. When it loads. Seems to be a little laggy for some reason. I don't know if that's just because of all the people around me because of the quest. But there we go. What do you think to my plate? Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. What do you mean to my plate, Sandy? Thank you. Right, where are we going to then? Yeah, I know. I tried to get it as a happy one. I was looking through the different emotes you could have, and I was like, I don't want so sad or upset. Monkey. I think there's a new super fate around somewhere because there's another mount that I no longer have and I need to grab it at some point because I need more mounts. It's the point we're going to have to start the beast tribes at some point as well. Oy vey. There he is. I sent you to recruit Graha and you return with an entire survey party. I hope Matsuya's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is we're grateful for the use of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of reefs in the shallows there. I will keep out of it. Dungeon time! Dungeon time! And obviously we're going with trust because that's what I do. As Adele III, I confess I'm somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what are the treasures he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Oh shit. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Dun 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 bum 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 bum. There we go. Form a party.
I stand ever ready.
Register for duty. Let's go, Slendy. Oh, this music's quite nice. I like this. Very much like this music. Let's overpower myself a little. Let's fucking go. Where's the next mob group? That answered that. OP! Yeah, you like that, Sandy? You like how broken I am? I really like this music though. That's a cool looking mobile. Boom. I am become death. Honestly, it's just so strong in dungeons. It's broken as fuck. Still curious as to what that the Xenos looking thing from earlier was. This ironically is my least favourite part of this song. Interesting looking boss. Oh, I fucked up there. Is that like forward or? Oh no, that's done everyone. Oh, bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What am I meant to be doing here? Ah. Alright then, weird mechanic. I'm assuming it just means I go to the opposite of where the... I like it actually. God, he is getting wrecked, man. I'm hoping he'd go off like that, yeah. Oh shit. I let my Storm's Eye run out like a moron. Can I stun this boss? Let's get a double Storm's Eye just so I don't fuck up again.
Together we shall overcome this.
All this pain, we won't be afraid of the hand. Whoa, 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 bum, dum, bum. Any problem with Trust is that everything takes forever to die. Bum bum ba da ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum 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 bum. It's as simple as moving. Easy, Sandy, easy.
You underestimate me.
You underestimate me. Right, let's see what the loot from here looks like. There was no loot. This looks cool. Whee! I don't like that there was no loot. This is cool. Go. There we go. Bring on the monsters.
Together we shall overcome this.
Oh, do you just continuously spawn monsters? I think that's a yes. So that thing needs to die as soon as possible. You won't get me, mate. Think I might be a little too powerful, Sandy. I mean, look at this, I'm barely even having any trouble.
This will hurt.
So what was his bracelet? I actually hate that. It's actually not a bad design. I mean, it's not interesting, you know, it's not like overly like, oh, wow. But it's enough that I don't hate it. They didn't even check what item level that was. Oh no, not this again. Focus all the attention. How you piece of garbage. Stop attacking. This thing needs to die. Click the one button. There we go, that's that dealt with at least. I like that there's a fucking crab with a crown on it.
You underestimate me.
He underestimates him. I am become death. Interesting looking creature.
Allow me.
I think this is from FFXIV. Hey, Garrett. Oh shit.
This will hurt.
Don 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 don. Easy. Didn't even need to fucking waste time figuring that out. Obvious. Piece of fucking cake, man. Ah, see that one's a bit more interesting. There we go. I like that one, that one's a lot better. I wouldn't say it took a lot of brain power, but at least took a little bit. Squaha! Get out of my way. Can we kill this faster, please?
Together we shall overcome this.
Right, so doing from that side, so I can technically go here, I think. Yeah, look at that. Wait, what? I was out of that. Oh, I stood in the center, right, got it. My bad. I've let my storm dive run off again. Wow, I'm doing fucking awful, man. Look away, don't look. It's fine, you guys don't even know why I fucked up. Or how. Oh hey, look, there is actually a set here. Something of maiming. I don't know how to feel about them. I'd have to wait until I've seen a chess piece and then I will know. How's your day, Gary? Good on, one. Oh, I am so overpoweredly awesome. People wish they were on my level. Oh my god, that's so powerful. More power than these useless fucks. Can we kill everything like a million times faster, please? That'd be really nice. Oh right, there's something I need to turn on actually. No fucking loot again. What are these chests, man? Right, I need to try something out. I need to not actually aim at this. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a good change. That was needed. Now I don't need to target something for it to just target something. About fucking time, man. You guys probably have no fucking clue what I'm on about, but I know what I'm on about. And oh. It was a much needed change. Imagine if Warrior ever fucking died. That would be embarrassing. Should we kill the one that's basically almost dead first, guys? Boss time. Not liking the lack of loot. I'm actually a storm's eye. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! That was cool, I like that mechanic. The billowing bolts is what I should be using my shake it off on my reprisal. What is this? No damage taken. There we go again. Oh shit. Fuck, 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 fuck. Hey! I like that. That's a nice little fucking change. Now I don't accidentally consume my fucking stacks of foul cleave if I fuck off. Oh, there's so many good changes right now. Ah, let me guess. Yeah, so that means it's going to go to yellows. Yeah, I'm picking it up. I'm picking up what he's playing.
You underestimate me.
Oh shit. Got him. Pew pew. Shell looks so happy. Fuck off, you stoler. Right, is this gonna give me some fucking gear? I don't know what to make of it because I can't see the full. I need a chest piece from that set to know if I'm going to like that set. I also need to repair it apparently. Ooh. hoping this is voiced.
What have we here?
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to take a drink.
Tis
And it
not
could be
unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Hello, Vritra.
Vritra? Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our union. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Yeah, we have. Totally.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
I wasn't going to touch it, but you know you stole it.
You and I will speak later.
Brilliant.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
This something of which thou speakest. Might
Yeah,
it be
fuck
some
you,
manner
you
of
stole
threat?
No, fantastic.
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Portal to the void, maybe?
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is the product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery, that swirling emptiness, it puts me in mind of old friends, not to mention old foes. Thank you. Thank you. More voice acting, or are you gonna make me read now?
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south. and even further into memory.
Murasidia?
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores
I'm liking all these pointings towards Murasidia.
The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities. In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Voidsent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Well, he is a fucking first brood dragon.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
Who we know nothing of right now.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
But he said she didn't answer him in the Endwalker main story.
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the arts to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable
I'm waiting
turn.
for someone to come through that in the middle of this cutscene.
Their
Fucking
dedication
chaos.
was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin.
Yeah, there you go,
Sky's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of voidsent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. You chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I remember when Nero turned purple.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course.
Or we could use it. I am the warrior light. So we managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing, is there any chance I can learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. It would not do to leave the gate undefended. Ah, my apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. But it would not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razathan. We should return to using that gate, mate. We could probably fucking fix the fucker. The voice of it is not the gate. We technically managed to stop and reverse the first fate, so we could easily do the same with the 13th, I would say. Got a lot of these now. Ooh, this won't be voiced. I promised we would discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must tend to the matter of the Vault's Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Capigulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it Tomb Raiders, fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me that blasphemy yet roams free. No, it was me. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who is responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. Said in its current state, I would admit only the lowliest of voids, and from this side no man would be able to pass through. No man, I should think Alphanode would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you have succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemist, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Asdaja, there was no need to preserve such historic and dangerous knowledge as Daya. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to the covenant made with the Card of Darkness. Once its sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I've already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? It was Holistinian's idea. Light is just on the blaming screen. As I recall, it was you who was chasing tales of undersea ruins. Well, as you have seen, the fabulous world from the stories is quite real, if not its rumoured origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. When we are of one mind, we had no intentions of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? But I was. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a close examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would I could join thee in thy study, but the Loporits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mistress Kryle was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Hey! The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Of course. Fucking hell. Thank you, Shulk. Shulk and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Oh, I like his music. The Four Fiends. Is that Golbez then? That's the trial series setup. That has got to be the trial series setup. Fire, earth, wind. I sensed the breaching of the gate, but it was not instigated from this side. It was thrown open from the other. I too felt it, a rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have waited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Bah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in her final moments. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. 'Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. I like that. I'm very happy with that. Dun 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 dun. Wah, ba 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 ba. Ba bum bum ba down. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasures wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Well, everyone's going to say we need the money. Shulk, you are to visit Akiali and Yelimad. Speak with Matsuya and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Palika Stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at Giant Skull grounds. As you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Megaduta. Slandy, Gara, are you still there? Did you die? I fucking collapsed my bloody thingy. Ah, good, you are alive. I thought you died. Why are you being so silent? Worryingly so silent. Oh, Shulk, I was glad to see you had returned unharmed. You're finished with the boat then. For God's sake, Sandy. Cheers, Sandy. Anything the village desperately needs. Well, I suppose Calzol's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Yes, it does, Landy, that is true. Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then go forward and back, and a 1 foot forward, forward and back, and then forward and back. Greetings and welcome, traveller. If this is your first visit to Fabna, then you must try my special Amra Lassie. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost you? You wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. I am not Estinian. Estinian, who is Gah? You're the one who was trying this, who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travellers we see these days. I myself barely have a coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Sigh. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's a little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kazal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to— oh, fuck my knee! Oh, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortune around. Now that was a man who got things done, God rest his soul. I really fucking hurt myself there. Oh. Oh, Sandy, come make my leg feel better. Oh, my legs are basically popping out of place repeatedly. Oh. Can I click on this, please? No, this, please. Oh, wonder how far we are in the story. Because as I say, I do want to try out the PvP and stuff. God damn it. 5. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be raised and made, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least, and there are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedlamad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gall to a foreign trader, but such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Favna has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akali and Yedlamad? I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch, which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedlamad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessels. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over, so many lives lost. Ugh, get off my screen, I don't care. Don't try fucking pull my heartstrings, I don't have any. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Shulk Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversary. Adversary? I don't know what I said. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Can we get some more voice cutscenes, please? I've been speaking a bit now.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. Made aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlimad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my...
I do wish one of the things they do is make it where the dragons move their mouths when they talk.
...will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Industry's orphanage was funded by trade and highly coveted goods.
Of course, we can draw on trading profits to build a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of our Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
Basically, they're taxing.
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Something with Kazal seems appropriate.
A fitting candidate. Kazal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
He's very English sounding.
Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Narad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Can't we feel that Ritra is one of the lowest poly things in Final Fantasy XIV? He looks really, like, jaded graphically against everything else.
Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Like, I'm not saying everything else is flawless, don't get me wrong, but he is, like, stand out.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
More money. Bridging the rift, does that say, or bringing the rift? One of the two. Thank you for putting forth Kazal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honoured. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from your Archon Yoshida. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Yoshida must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. Begone! I fought the satrap, but I'd be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been well-oiled. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Ahawan assumed office. I understand what needs to be done, and I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon friend has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Whoa. Where is the this? Oh, my body keeps tensing up until I don't know why. I'm not bored, I'm not tired, but for some reason I'm yawning a shit ton. It's always talking, I tell you, man. Right, where are we going? This way. I like that glam. Sort of. Well, that person glitched out for me. But we got new recipes. Clockcraft. Varsity clothing. God damn it. Why?
Right, here we all are.
Hey, voice chat.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Stinian, straight to the point.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question.
Alright, Devin, thank you.
Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
They're really setting up this void area.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Voidsent's physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in, like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Shame wrong. That does seem to be our role.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderers.
Yeah, but we're of the Warrior of Light. We fought the end of the universe. So treating us like we're going to struggle.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
So much for taking it easy.
Since when were you one for the quiet life?
She's got a point. Ha! Acceptance at last! You seek these for your own pleasures. Is that not true?
Ever reliable hands.
That
said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Do it!
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Voidsent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a Voidsent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made Voidsent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made voice.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
It's restrict Greyhar's favourite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelf. Little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Sydney's like, fuck being a nerd. I hate things, I don't nerd.
Let's be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
I need to get that orchestral roll, it's such a good song. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? So I assume Forsha now. No one springs to mind. What of Scholark Montechain? Oh, I guess about that. You come to Grahad's defence to the only inquiry after all. I only thought we'd be on good enough terms with Fortuno by now. 'Tis settled, let us head to Fenimon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Bam 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 bam. Do do da 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 da. Look at all these side quests starting to pop up. Blues. I have decided, by the way, that I am going to finish the stream once I'm done with the side quests, because I want to kind of go off and enjoy some of the content on my own. I will still be doing, next Tuesday I'll be doing some side quests. I'll be trying to get all the side quests done, and then after that, every Tuesday I'll be doing a Final Fantasy stream. Don't know what it'll be yet. Whether it be like we do some PvP, we just clear some fates, you know, bit of passive stuff. But I intend to start doing more FF more often. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and laboured under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had a chance to attend the studium. David did Fancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Soir took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Tea at the last stand after a day of lectures. Oh, it does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one can get, but it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Fuck, I got stuck. Dum bum 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 ba da da da. Dum bum 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 ba da da. Ah, visitors, and quite the esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Skulark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numerman's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stack this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? We're off to the void. The void. Don't know why I said it like that. The void. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daymir has lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void? That is in fact precisely what we intend. Hey, it's Matoya's theme. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing a rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvellous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. See no reason not to present your request to the forum's consideration. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Fortuno. Why, Master Fortuno, of course. See? I fucking said that! He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. Thank you. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favour. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Levelia estate and plead our case. I fucking said this. One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favour if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours. I'd wager so, if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Skulark, we will be sure to pass on any revelations. So, are they planning to go to the void next expansion then, or are they going to have us go to the void this expansion and actually do areas for us? Because I would gladly take areas earlier. I think the thing where we saw the dude with the four fiends, as I quoted, I think that will be the Trials quest, and so that won't have much to do with the main story. I think that's just kind of like setting that up. I could obviously be wrong. but I just have a feeling. Be Happy, what a fucking name. Ah, Mr. Shulk, Mistress Yoshida, how may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, Emelians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume that this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. And pray proceed, you have my full attention. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montague expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, we will not attempt to circumvent the Room's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden magic? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from honor and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spent his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. There's no vital mission perhaps reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As for one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. The sections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering you to share your experience in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet, the forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Oh, it's a very relaxed patch, this one. Like, I know it's setting up a lot more than out, but it's like, we had the one dungeon, and that's been like the extent of like the amount of... Oh, I just realised I've been teleporting around and she's been following me. They fucking sorted that. It's about fucking time. That right pissed me off during the main story of Endwalker. I've only just realised I've been doing that. So what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlotte and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, while no few members voiced their discontent, then the chamber was reminded in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. Let's serve to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. This is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavour, and bid you a good day. Fortuno just doesn't want to pretend he likes us. He ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, aye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlene needed to guide it through not one but two exoduses. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on these forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding as Damer's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access into the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all the help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? Scooby-Doo-Boo-Dibby-Doo. I never have all that talking noise and then it just stops. That's a good gun, to be fair. Do you think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yards away from where you found me napping? Yarn. If I had known of Azadal's third exploit sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom, a lesson I had already learned but clearly not taken to heart. Index page. Archon Yoshida and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Excuse me, I have a fucking name. Follow me if you would. Watch your step and please note that the use of naked flame is discouraged. What I love about shit like that is it means that, like, lore-wise, someone once used a flame. This is a remix of the Google theme, I believe. Yeah, that's a Google library remix.
If House Damir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
I love this part because it reminds me of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses from my childhood. It's very much the kind of notes they use in a lot of their songs. I like this remix actually. I really hope that you can get this because this is surprisingly good. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing with not hunger but trembling like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. Only if she is even the proper word, such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent beam. Though you're tempted to seek more, this doesn't seem to be. In the year 1564, the 6th astral era, the Amarja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Canons describe the being as a gigantic lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magics. If we consider that primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting deiform entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the Aether should one who believes in an almighty omniscience omniscience attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence, some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? And if it were, whence should such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed of encyclopedic wisdom of every age? Yet with no means to verify its pronouncements, how could one be certain they were true? I feel like that's in reference to the Alexander. The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rifts spanning up predecessors as devised by Nuha-Sasan, the 9th Patriarch of House Daymir. We present these research notes to the faculty of Shoreline Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. That's something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by its contents. Well done, Shulk. I think you may have found our prize. There's the normal version.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Daymir's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Ink Long Dry, I think, is the name of the song, if I recall correctly. I like the heavier version now. Hey, it's an
Among the
Atomos.
ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures, a talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations.
I have a pet Atomos as a minion. It's one of my favourite Void Scent, to be fair. I think it looks really cute.
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
Oh, was there?
And still, House Daymir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. But that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
I love the little mammoth. Kaboom! Wonder if we'll have a visit there again, or whether they put that all there just for that. I love how over the course of the quest line, I've just been getting has been added to the unending codex. Has been added to the unending codex. Which is a point. There's actually something I want to do. As a true law nerd, it wouldn't do me right to not have that on my thingy. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid that it is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Heinish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled, security mode enabled. If anyone can help us, Nidana can. I say we return to Favna and look for her at the great work. A greater than memory. Yes, Landy. Cheers, Sandy. Fuck. Your story tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study and that you want me to be a part of it. I have no doubt you'll be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters, this is the mark of House Daemir. I never even knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in Numiman's restricted archives, after all. It was, but that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it. That's a new emote that Stroke was doing. I know these things. To think the Daemir were developing such marvellous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daemir project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Sholay trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of a great work could resist. You're a Wonder Woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big mouth simulacrum once we've built it? So there's a secret void gate and it's sealed in the rooms at the bottom of a bounty? Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I require. Charlene's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid you need to go no further than the font of Maya, but ascetics of old once favoured the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to enliven the flow of Aether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition for Reacher to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Show me about it then. We meet back here anon. Off I go! They recently brought back the event that allows you to get this mount, and I don't like it. Yes! That means I can get the fucking glory amount in Crystal Conflict. Oh. I've been after that mount for years. Literal years. I've wanted that since Heavensward. What the fuck? Oh. I'm so happy. You don't... that makes me nauseous. I know I say I'll do any mount roulette, but I'm not doing that one. Hey look, Sandy, it's the mount you got me. You got this mount for yourself as well, didn't you, Sandy? Do you have that flask for me? Yes, I do. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Shulk. Sonny, can you do me a favour once I'm done and not forget to grab the Void Fairy, and not forget to grab the VOD? Look who I came across. The Sinian seemed in need of a diversion, and we in turn may have need of his lance. Right then, now that our little party is assembled, let's make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once you show inform me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akiyali. Your Excellency is a gracious host. Is ever the gracious host, shall we? So-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum ba-da-na-na-na. Live how I've barely even done out this patch, but I'm already really happy with the patch. Like, having looked just through stuff and that, I'm really happy with the patch. I think they did a good job this patch. That crystalline conflict being allowing you to get the Gloria. Oh, oh, beautiful. The ship is yours to command. Ah, thanks, we set sail at once. Oh, this is exciting. Azurdar's legacy, to see the truth of a legend with mine own eyes. All aboard the treasure vessel. Treasure vault. So Sandy, what I was thinking you can do with the other Final Fantasy videos is we just won't cut them down. Just put them all in as the full fucking 9-hour odd whatever videos. If people want to watch them, they'll watch them. If they don't want to watch them, they won't. It's fine. I'll work on the next time, like when we do fucking whatever's the next expansion.
But I never
I'll try to do it better.
Treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty.
We'll just chalk it up to early fucking dumbassery.
This device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Gra has theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts?
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Maybe send a familiar?
Very good. I see you've been paying attention.
No.
As Vritra sent his simulacrum, so too shall we rely on a familiar to bear the brunt of any unpleasant consequences. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Is it going to be a frog?
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
I'm assuming frog.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born. Water, froth and foam!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now, that was adorable.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate, Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know. Let us begin, shall we? into the void.
God, those voices do my head in already. Instant battle.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
That's a Namazu fucking
You did well.
animation.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through.
Look at that glow.
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
I was expecting more. A fight would have been nice.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
It's because Graha's actually smarter than
So it would
Yoshida.
seem.
Got him!
But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me.
What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Una Kalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion.
There is. Aldbert's companion, because I've done the role quests.
Silver, the adventurer who traveled with the Warriors of Light. And you say she was another of Elidibus's pawns? I see. So Cielo, or rather Silver, was beguiled by the same dreams of heroism as Una Kalhai. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
By the end of the patch then? Is that where it's going to leave off?
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos.
We'll need time to do this.
Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Sartrap's family archives?
Whoa!
Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
Isn't that true, Slandy?
We will see you back in the city then.
Tishk. Oh. Once Nidana succeeds in replicating the mock Atomos, this door to the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realise this is more of my endeavour than yours. To be honest, I've no interest in visiting the Void myself. Might we discuss this later? But it's something I must do first. Ooh. Why did everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had a good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our preparations then? As we saw, the Ward scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of aetheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the Void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Garland Ironworks, probably. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the Void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the Warden scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Raga's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Oh, my neck. Oh, it's taking me straight to Raga's Reach. Nice. I just realised that. I thought it was just pulling me out of the cutscene. Ow, I fucking... Oh, that hurt. Stretched myself a bit too far there. Can I speak to this person, please? Shelk, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your present, actually, assuming he's available. Master Sid, certainly. I'll see if he has a moment free. Sid. Pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Heading into the Void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after meeting you on that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface. Might as the Void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds, in which case our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. How might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armour. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilising metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity so as to not impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armour, as you said. Nero had compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols, I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle these particulars. Understandable, we know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! The hard part will be ducking Jesse and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nadana's getting along with the mock Atomos. I'm actually surprised Because usually this is stuff that they will usually leave to like a black screen stuff that happens whilst we're not doing it. Am I needing more reading? Sounds more reading.
Ah, hey, Stola.
No?
The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log, dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless? Heedless even, in your determination?
Got really itchy foot.
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Radzat-Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people.
I need a drink.
We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Cheers, Sandy. I'm counting that, because I drank a lot.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. but do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
To protect them well, you must take heart.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavne for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
You surprise me, Estinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vritra reach this conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travellers believing the palace wrecked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratotsaskir's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there's a chance we can spare Vritra that pain, then I will follow you. And any other former scions we should call upon. I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should be sufficient for our purpose. Now on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan as such is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. Once the palace chambers one of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megaduta. Sandy, you smell. Got him. You got gotted, Sandy. Yeah, I do smell too. You got me. I got gotted, Sandy. You got me. Bum bum ba ba da ba la ba la ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 ba ba da ba da ba la ba bum ba 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 bum. Oof. Oof. Wrong person. And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good, please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. Fucking hell, I can't even read completed. For some reason I thought it was compiled. As you heard, we will have you settled in Megaduta in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Asdar. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidana. If you've preparations to make, we've entered into 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means to me, Shulk, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveller and an adventurer at heart, this I know. Meanwhile, in the 13th. Is that Xenos? Is that Xenos's? No, that's Xenos in his Reaper form, I think.
And thus I am returned.
Or is at least his Void Sent? One of the two. I think it's him though. No, it could be his thingy.
Bereft of sentries.
I'm lost on who that. I think it's Xenos. If not, I think it's his Void Sent. I think it's his Void Sent. Let paths unwalked, adventurous spur, pulses quicken, spirits stir. well, that is that. I am done with the quest for 6.1. I am going to go do some stuff. As I said, I'm going to end the stream here because I want to go kind of enjoy some other stuff myself. I will be doing side quests next week. I will be doing casual Thursdays on Thursday, as always. That is not changing. But thank you for everyone who's been in stream or is watching this more than likely later on YouTube, because most people are not in the stream. I will catch you all later. Thank you for being with me and have a good evening. Enjoy your day, guys.